Y'all ready for this?
Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that.
So today's tag is called the writing mistakes tag. Now, me being perfect, I never make actual mistakes. Okay, so I make a lot of damn mistakes. And I think it's real important for people to share their bad times as well as the good times, and it actually encourages people who are thinking that they are so lost and they can't do it and they can't pull through. You know, other people are pulling it off, and why aren't they? It's like, well, trust me, we're all struggling with same or similar issues. The point is, everyone is going through it to some degree. So here we go. We get to share what's going on with us. Question number 1, the mistake that I made outlining. Honestly, I haven't made a mistake outlining. Now, I know I just joked about not making any mistakes, but I'm so perfect. No, far from it. I've had to redo outlines and change them and rework them and move stuff around and blah, blah, blah. But I haven't really made any mistakes with them. They are like probably my best tool. Love outlining. I know that's crazy. Love to outline. Love to put the puzzle pieces together and then work from it. And because I have an outline, like I know some people like to work like chronological order, as do I. But I don't have to. If I get into a mood where I just want, I want to do that scene in the 3rd act. I want to write that. I'm feeling that. I can do it without worrying about how I'm going to puzzle it back in later on, because I know exactly where it goes. That is not to say that your outline won't change or, along the way stuff happens. Characters come in, characters go out. A myriad of madness can happen. But actual mistakes, I honestly have not made with the outline. Thank God for the outline. All right, number 2, the mistake I made during my first draft. We need a whole video by itself to talk about that. But I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake I made. I have been working on this story for a very, 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 very long time. And I don't have a problem with the fact that I have been working on it for a long time, because I've been working on several projects all at the same time for a long time, which is why I have all these almost done works, but nothing that was completed. So I hankered down, picked one, and then worked on it. I was so anxious to get it done, to say I'm done, that I rushed through it. By rushed, what I mean is I literally only focused on one character and then wrote the story based on that one character and what was going on with her from the beginning to the end. And that took me 10 weeks. So 2.5 months to write that book. And yes, the book could stand alone just the way it is, like that. It would not be great. It would be an okay book because it was based off the MC. But in my rush to just say the end, I left out tons of stuff. So right now what I have is a book full of meat, but I don't have any potatoes and gravy and stuff on it. And now I have to go back and do that. Whereas if I just stuck to the outline and did it as I went, I would not have this issue right now. And I made it so much harder on myself because I did this. So now everybody else's POV and stuff that's going on with them, I'm putting in, and they're going in the right slots. Thank God again. Amen to the outline. But I could have saved myself the headache of this if I just went straight through. It's not taking me any less time to get it done. So that was my biggest mistake. That was my biggest mistake. The second big mistake is I fucked up my tenses so many times. I went back and read it was reading through it, and all my tenses are wrong, and I'm fixing that as I go. So I'm not too mad about that, but I am mad that the way I wrote it originally. I will never do that to myself again. So number 3, the mistake that I made with time management. I didn't make time management mistakes. I write every single solitary day. Every day like I said, without fail, unless someone is really sick and dying or something. Even when I'm drastically sick, I still write. So I don't have a problem with time management because I literally make the time, then I take the time. I don't worry about things I probably should, like eating, sleeping. I don't remember what that is anymore. But in all honesty, all jokes aside, I can't sleep and eat if I want to write. I can't. I'll lay in bed and the characters will talk to me, and then I'll just have to get up and write down what they said so they'll shut the hell up. So time management is not an issue for me. Not an issue at all. Number 4, my biggest newbie mistake. I think I made every mistake that you could make as a newbie. Like the only thing I knew was the story I wanted to tell. I didn't know anything else. As far as me wanting to be independently published, I was at -3 in knowledge. There was nothing. And okay, I'm going to say that my biggest newbie mistake was holding myself back, hesitating. There was so much that I wanted to do, so much that I knew how to do, that I was learning to do, that I could do, that I could have put myself out sooner, and I didn't do it because I was scared. I was scared, and I let fear hold me back. I let fear hold me back from way too much. And I'm not any less scared. I'm just not letting it hold me back anymore. And so, yeah, that if you are watching this and you want to write and you want to make vlogs or you want to do whatever the hell it is, and you are scared to do it, my biggest advice to you is do it any damn way. Be scared. Be scared and do it anyway. Do it. The worst thing that you can have in life is regret for stuff that you did not do. You can do something and be like, oh, wow, why did I do that? But trust me, that's a less regret than it is to have wanted to do something and didn't. Please, if you can hear nothing else, please. Okay, so number 5 is the biggest mistake that I see other writers make. I think that would be, for me, in my humble opinion, because honestly, I love writers so much. I honestly, I know people say that this is corny, but I don't think you can write incorrectly or write wrong or whatever. Tell a story however you want to tell it. I mean, sure, somebody could get into your book and point out, oh, you have a typo, and oh, you have a comma splice, and your participles are most surely dangling there. People can point out stuff like that and technically be correct, but there's a lot to say for style and technique and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. But that aside, the thing where I think that other writers make as a mistake is what I did with my first draft is they rush. They rush. They want their book out so bad, and they write it in 20 days, and then they publish it in 2, and if the story is important enough for you to tell, isn't it important enough for you to take your time with? Do not do this. That's the only criticism that I have for my fellow writers is tell your great story in a great way. Don't rush. Don't rush. Okay, so that's the writing mistake tag. I think I may have missed a question in there because when I was looking at my sheet, the same question was on there twice. So I don't know if I skipped one or I doubled that one, whatever. But It is what it is. This is good enough, right? Yeah, you're cool. So, okay. So, until next Thursday, you know what to do.
All these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. Make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that?